Hey there, it's Ms. Cannabis Parade with more reviews for you today. And today, I want to talk about this. This is an Arizona Date Brownie. I like dates. I don't know about you, so I thought I'd give it a shot. This is 100 milligrams, okay? This cost me $8 at the Harvest Dispensary. I ate it already. I ate it yesterday. I do want to talk about the foodie part of it, so let's just start with the flavor. It's I could tell it was made from actual cocoa powder. No doubt in my mind. The moment I took a bite, cocoa powder, it's not too sweet, so like if you're one of those people who don't like really super sweet brownies, you'll probably like this. Also, the texture was really different. You know, it wasn't like a fudge brownie and you bite into it and it's clearly fudge. It's really solid and, you know, it sticks together. This feels almost like it was shaped into a square. This doesn't seem to me like, you know, it was a big pan that they made and they cut it up. It's really dry. I don't know if that's the right word, but when I bit into it, it started to crumble apart. I don't recommend eating this whole thing. I ate this whole thing. Now let me explain. Let me explain why I did that. I went to Harvest Dispensary to get this, like I said, and I was speaking with the girl about, you know, I wanted to try a new edible, a new cake. And so I asked her, like, well, you know, Sublime products are really consistent. So what about this? You know, how is this? And she's like, oh yeah, it's good. And so I asked her, well, how much of this did you eat? And she said she ate the whole thing. And I was like, what, 100 milligrams? And I'm like, well, how much would you eat of the Sublime lemon cake? And she's like, oh, I'd eat half of that. Me too. So I figured if she ate this whole thing and was only able to eat half the Sublime, that we're probably in the same tolerance. No way. I ate this whole thing, and I have to say, never in my life have I ever ate too much of an edible and felt drunk. This actually made me feel sick. Like, I don't know, maybe 2 hours, an hour and a half into it, I started to get a stomach ache. Like, I don't know, I'm not much of a drinker anymore, so if I drink too much, I get the stomach ache, you know, kind of start to feel hungover, headachy, especially if it's really sweet. I started to feel nauseous. Every time I turned my head, I mean, it was like, oh my God, the world is moving. It was really kind of awful. And seeing as I don't like to be drunk, it wasn't a good experience for me. I had to lay down. I went to bed. I went to bed early. And I didn't go to bed because I felt like I was going to pass out because I was, you know, too high from the edible. I felt like I needed to lay down because I was going to vomit. I've over-medicated before on an edible, and even a Sublime edible, and I just went to sleep and woke up drooling on myself. I did check the ingredients here. There's nothing in these ingredients. I hope there's nothing there that's bad, that's going to make me feel like there's anything in it that, wait, that's the ingredients, right? Yeah. You can see cocoa. The very first thing I tasted is one of the first ingredients. So I don't think there's anything in here that's going to make me ill. So I may have to go buy this again and give it another shot. I did eat some Popeyes. I was hungry, so on the way home from picking this up, I ate some Popeyes. And maybe the Popeyes was bad, because I will say I've had food poisoning before and have felt drunk. But I didn't get the other part of food poisoning, you know, the releasing of the food. I didn't have that part, so that's why I'm kind of blaming this. Maybe this stopped me from actually vomiting from bad food. I don't know. So I am going to try this again. So this is part 1 of the review. This is from Flourish. I don't want to badmouth this Flourish edible until I know for sure that this is what made me ill. So this is part 1 of the review. It was really tasty, interesting texture, but I got sick. Way too much. I definitely took way too much. 100 milligrams. I should have just stuck with my gut and not listened to someone else's tolerance. That's my bad. Next time I try this, I am going to take half, even though I still think 50 milligrams might be too much, but it is very small and condensed. But I am going to try this again. I know I'm repeating myself. To summarize, I like it. way too strong. I don't know if this is what made me ill. Gonna give it a second chance. Flourish, 100 milligram brownie. All right, part 1. You guys saw it first. Here, I'm going to do part 2 later. If you are curious as to what happens, just go ahead and subscribe to my page. Then you can find out if when I post that one right away. You'll be the first to know. In the meantime, thanks for watching. See you guys later. Bye.